I felt the fire before I saw it, the air thick with ash, the ground trembling beneath my feet, and the sky above Mustafar choked in blood-red smoke. My skin burned, not from the heat, but from the agony of what I had just done. Padme, Obi-Wan, everything shattered. I was slipping, spiraling deeper into something I didn't recognize anymore. And then, he appeared. Time froze. The inferno stopped roaring. The lava halted mid-flow. Even my breath paused in my chest. He stood there, cloaked in light and shadow, ancient yet eternal. The Father. The one from Mortis. The balance between the dark and the light. I hadn't seen him since that strange, dream-like realm, where destiny tangled itself into a knot I never truly understood. I thought he was gone, but here he was, reaching for me. He didn't speak. He didn't have to. His presence alone calmed the storm inside me, made the hate retreat like a tide. I could feel the dark side's grip loosening, not forcefully, but like a father holding his son's face, reminding him who he truly is. And then, everything changed. I was lifted from the black shores of Mustafar, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually. The fire no longer touched me. My wounds, burned flesh, shattered bones, they were not erased, but eased, as if his energy weaved my body back together while keeping the scars as a reminder. Not punishment, but proof. Proof that I had fallen, and that I had been given a second chance. He told me, not with words, but with something deeper, that this was the moment, that destiny wasn't a single path, carved in stone. It was fluid, like the Force itself, ever in motion. I was meant to bring balance, not become the darkness. I returned to consciousness in a chamber that felt outside of time, a place between worlds. Light and dark pulsed around me like two hearts beating in unison. I could feel both sides of the Force, clearly, without resistance, without fear, and for the first time, I understood. Not just the Jedi dogma, not the Sith hunger. I understood what it meant to hold both, without being consumed. But the galaxy? The galaxy was burning. Palpatine still ruled from the shadows. The Jedi were gone, scattered embers of a fallen order. And the darkness I once helped unleash, it didn't vanish with my change of heart. So I went back. But I was not the same. I didn't wear the robes of a Jedi or the armor of a Sith. I became something other. The Father had not just saved me, he had chosen me, not as his heir, but as his equal. A new balance, forged not from prophecy, but from choice. Mine. Padme survived, just barely. I held her hand as she woke, and in her eyes I saw fear, but not of me, of what I had become. I didn't ask for forgiveness, I didn't deserve it. But she saw something in me, a flicker of the man she once loved, reborn in fire and silence. And then the galaxy began to change. I sought out the Inquisitors, not to destroy them, but to free them. I confronted Palpatine, not with rage, but with clarity. He tried to twist my mind again. But the Father had taught me that balance cannot be manipulated. It must be chosen every moment, every breath. The people began to whisper, not of Darth Vader, not of Anakin Skywalker, but of the gray flame, one who walks the line, who burns with both light and shadow, and bows to neither. Sometimes I wonder, was this always the way it was supposed to happen? Or was Mustafar my second beginning? All I know is this. I died in the lava, but I was reborn in the silence that followed. And in that stillness, I finally understood what it meant to bring balance to the Force. It meant staring into the abyss I had created, with my own hands, my own choices, and choosing not to be ruled by it anymore. It meant no longer hiding behind Jedi creeds or Sith ambitions. It meant walking forward, every step uncertain, but every step mine. The galaxy didn't welcome me back with open arms. The rebels hated me. The Empire hunted me. Even those I tried to save looked at me with doubt in their eyes. And I didn't blame them. I was the weapon that shattered the Republic. I was the shadow that stalked their nightmares. But redemption isn't about being welcomed. It's about doing what's right, even when no one believes in you. Especially then. I sought out survivors of Order 66, not just to atone, but to learn. From them, I rebuilt pieces of the Jedi, not as an institution, but as a truth, not a code, but a compass. I trained Force sensitives in secret, not to be Jedi or Sith, but to be whole, to embrace the storm within without drowning in it. And then came Luke. I found him, not as a warrior or a threat, but as a son. Mine. The Force had kept that from me for so long, as if waiting for the day I'd be ready. And standing before him, I saw everything I could have been, everything I still could be. He was strong, fierce, good, and afraid. I told him the truth, not just of me and his mother, but of the path ahead. I didn't ask him to follow me. I asked him to question me, to never accept any side blindly. And when I passed him my lightsaber, my original one, the one I'd built as a boy with too much hope and not enough wisdom, his hands trembled. Not from fear, but from understanding. And then I realized, this was the new way. Not Jedi, not Sith, not light, not dark, balance. The galaxy didn't need another empire. It didn't need another council. It needed choice, freedom, awareness. I still feel the darkness sometimes. It whispers when I'm alone. It tempts me in battle. But it no longer owns me. And the light. The light is no longer a pedestal I must climb toward, pretending to be perfect. It's a fire I carry, warm and imperfect, burning beside the shadow. I walk this path alone, but not in silence. Every step I take, others follow. Quietly, carefully. And the Force. The Force is no longer a destiny I fear, or a power I bend. It is a companion. It is me. What if the Father saved Anakin on Mustafar? Then I never became Vader. I became something else. I became the balance. And if you've walked with me through this vision, if you felt the fire, the fall, and the rise, then maybe you too believe that we're not bound by who we were, but by who we choose to become. Because this story isn't just mine. It's a reflection of all of us, torn between darkness and light, haunted by past choices yet always capable of change. So if this what-if stirred something in you, then let's keep the story alive. Like, comment and subscribe if you believe in redemption, in balance, and in the power of choice. And tell me, what would you do if you stood in the fire and had the chance to rise again?